Thank you for visiting with us. The Fulton Baptist Temple is committed to sharing the good news of God's grace. There are so many of us that have the same story. The details and circumstances are completely different, but each story has a common theme. We found ourselves lost in life, not sure what to believe, not sure how to respond, and we had no confidence as we faced the uncertainties of our future. We want to share with you the radical difference the gospel has made. One man dying on a cross. How does that relate to where we are? Please listen with interest as Kristen tells her story.
5 years ago, if you'd have told me I'd be sitting here, telling my story of salvation, I would have laughed right in your face, and I would have told you were a crazy Christian. I didn't believe there was hope. I didn't believe in true love. 5 years ago, I didn't even believe in myself. I heard people use the term atheist, and when I decided I knew what that meant, it just was kind of stuck in the back of my mind. Like, I think that's where I fit better than anything. It was more just, there's no such thing as God. Like, if God really cares about people, like all these people say he does, he wouldn't let children starve and cities burn down, and he wouldn't let people get into situations where they hurt each other. I just thought Christians were meddlers, and they took away the rights of people, and they were just trying to create this new world order. I really viewed Christians as evil. I became really combative. Like, I'm not gonna let them get away with this. This is a fairy tale. This is crap. Like, they cannot just come and fill people's heads with this fantasy. I faced life feeling like every day should be awesome and it should be fun, but I did that with drinking and drugs and boyfriends. And if I died, I was buried. That was all I really believed. I met my best friend, who happened to be a Christian, through a past relationship. She was the first friend that really started to talk about Christianity in a different way to me. I remember she took her jacket off, and she had this shirt on with bright pink lettering. It said, "Jesus is my homeboy." I was like, isn't that blasphemous? Can you really say that? And she just lived it. I mean, that was about the closest I'd seen to someone really just demonstrating a love for Christ rather than just duty to him. And man, I just remember thinking, like, how am I ever gonna be friends with her if we're so divided on these things? I mean, we had debates. We had heated debates. I really let her have it. I was like, that is the most crazy hogwash I've ever heard. And because I knew her personally, I felt like she really did have my best in mind, that she wanted to break through those hard things with me. And in that time, I met a really awesome guy, and we got close, but probably a little too close, because I got pregnant only a few months after we met. I decided I gotta get rid of this problem. I went to a clinic and heard any of the options I had. And that was where a lot started to change. There was this picture this woman handed me, and it was just a dot, but she explained to me that that was a baby. I just started to wonder, like, how on earth that was gonna become a life. This had to be something bigger than me. Up until then, I had been so snarky to Christians, but I started to lean in a little more and wonder if maybe what they were saying was true. My best friend had approached me. She basically said, I understand you're really struggling for answers right now. She says, I just wanna tell you, like, what if you just gave Christianity a try? She says, because I go to church and I pray, and you'll never know until you know, but I can tell you there are answers. And she says, if you just gave it 1 month, just come to church, and then you can just say at least you tried. I realized she cares more about this faith than being a popular friend right now. That said a lot, because we had been through a lot. For some reason, it just felt like if I could just go, maybe I'll hear something, or at least I can just be alone for a little bit and think. I hid myself up in the balcony, and I actually owned a Bible from all my years of trying to disprove, and the worship team performed Canons by Phil Wickham. There were certain words I vividly, remember reading them on the screen for the first time and just thinking, wow, that's what I feel. Having been an atheist and believing in science, to read the moon and the stars declare who you are. It took me away from that happenstance, and it put me in the position that just like I was created and my baby was created, this whole world, this whole universe was created, and they all proclaim what a power he is. And on a personal level, it says, I'm so unworthy, but still you love me. For me, this didn't make any sense. he can redeem good people, people who've made little mistakes and messed up and didn't say their these and thous or something like that. He doesn't redeem women who are pregnant out of wedlock, who have a path of emotional carnage behind them. And this song was just reminding me, even if you're unworthy, he loves you. We're all unworthy. That's the beauty about grace. It's a gift. You don't get to pick and choose who gets it. You just accept it. And it was after that song and a really powerful message, I finally accepted Christ. But I remember just sitting there, because it wasn't so easy. Because it was almost like I felt bad for him to have to take on everything I lived. It's like I felt bad that Jesus had to own, like, me. And I just remember holding my belly and holding my breath, and I just said, "Are you sure that you want to save this one? Are you sure?" I called him names. I laughed behind his back. I mocked him in public, and I realized I'm no different than all those people that were right in front of him, as he bled. And if he went for them, he went for me too. It's a struggle to believe every single day that Jesus really did die for me. And when someone challenges what I believe now, I remember being that person. I remember taking any opportunity I had to just stick it to the Christian. But now, my faith is so big. It's like, I know where you've been. I know that feeling, and I promise if you give me just a few minutes, I'll talk about it with you. I try to just get them one step closer, one question closer. As much as I know about what it's done for me, it's worth a shot to try to get them to come over too.
This can be your story, a new life with new opportunities and a new hope. The song mentioned by Kristen is probably new to you. Enjoy the beautifully played simple melody and reflect on the message that touched Kristen in such a profound way. As the psalmist declares, "The heavens proclaim the glory of God. The skies display his craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak. Night after night they make him known. They speak without a sound or word. Their voice is never heard. Yet their message has gone throughout the earth, and their words to all the world." If you are encouraged by the testimonies of others, please check out Unshackled on YouTube. Unshackled is an old-time radio drama series produced by Pacific Garden Mission in Chicago, Illinois. This show is aired over 6,500 times around the world each week and on over 1,550 radio outlets, and is translated and redramatized in 8 languages on 6 continents. These 30-minute broadcasts are uplifting and enlightening. We want to encourage you to stay connected with us during these days of isolation. We are available at fultonbaptist.org, on Facebook, and on YouTube. May God bless and protect you.